From the banks of the Allegheny, welcome to FilmBit's Film School. Hey everybody, once again this is the series to give you the tools to understand reading film a little bit better and how to get more out of the story of a film. And today we're going to talk about the three focuses or three foci: rack focus, shallow or soft focus, and deep focus. So let's start off with shallow soft because it's the one you see the most. First, let me give you a still example here from 310 to Yuma, where we see that the two characters there, one played by Russell Crowe, one by Ben Wilson. Russell Crowe is in the normal focus or in focus, and Charlie, the character's name is Charlie. Ben Wilson, the actor, we see he is in soft or shallow focus. One of the other things that we can do with this is we can do shallow soft in movement. Let's look at this example from No Country for Old Men, where we see a scene where Anton Chigurh is handcuffed and a sheriff is in focus. Anton is in the soft focus, and we're going to see as Anton gets closer and closer to the sheriff, he still remains in soft focus, but eventually he comes into focus, and you see the results. So that is shallow or soft focus. Next, we'll go to rack focus. Now, rack focus is where the focus shifts from one object to another in frame. Let's take a look at this in a Bond film where we get the shift of the focus. Bond starts off clearly, and then we get the wine glass as Bond goes out of focus. So that's rack focus, the focus shifting in and out within the same frame. Now let's look at how this is done in the Korean movie, The Host. This is really done kind of cool. So when we see the guy coming towards us there with the light tips, he seems to be in our foreground, so he's in focus, and then we shift the focus and we go to the guy behind him as the highlight guy is blurry, and then we go from the second guy there back to the nurse who's yelling, and now we cut. And so we're kind of doing multiple, before that zoom there, we're doing multiple rack focuses within one shot. Works really, really cool. Finally, the last thing we have is deep focus. And you don't see, deep focus was really popular in the Hollywood times because of the black and white, but it's very difficult to achieve because everything, no matter where it is, has to be lit in a fashion so that everything can be in focus. Let's look at some examples from Citizen Kane, because Citizen Kane is known for using a ton of it. So we have the boy throwing the snow, okay? Then watch how the shot moves. We pull back. Now we're inside the house. We can still see the boy clearly and the snowman clearly. We see two new characters. We still see the boy clearly. Watch how there's a gap between all the characters speaking so that we can see that boy. All right, so now we're into a secondary room. And when these guys pull into this room, he sits down. The guy stands there in the door jamb. We can still see the boy back in the background, and everything is clearly in focus. There's no rack focusing. There's no shallow soft. Everything was intentionally meant to be looked at. You will see it in films nowadays, but with CGI and stuff, we can do it a lot differently than you had to do in the old Hollywood setup. All right, so those three foci, all ways of giving us story information without dialogue. I think particularly in The Host, we could see that with the focus is changing, we kind of don't know who it is we're supposed to be paying attention to. First we think it's one guy, then we think it's another, then it's actually the nurse, and et cetera, et cetera. So keep your eyes on those uses of focus and what information they can give you. Have a good one. Thank you for any time you've given me, and we'll see you the next time in film school. Class is dismissed.